Hey, what's going on guys? J Cloud here, and today I'm here to kick off on our How Powerful series where I explain each character's powers and abilities and how they work and how powerful are they. And given the timing of this video being recorded, I think it's the proper time to discuss and explain how powerful is Asta's Devil Union mode and his abilities and how they work. And if you guys like content like this, let me know in the comment section of the next character's powers you want me to explain. Be sure to leave a like on this video for the YouTube algo as well, I appreciate that. Now, in order to talk about Asta's Devil Union mode, we must explain the Devil Binding Ritual. Now, what exactly is it? The Devil Binding Ritual is a forbidden magic ceremony where one must fight their devil and force them into submission so they can use their devil power fully on their own. However, the Devil Binding Ritual is a huge risk and reward because if you lose against your devil, the devil will take over your body and you will become a gigantic nasty monster, which is something we have never seen yet. We haven't seen anybody lose against their devil and the Devil Binding Ritual, and that's probably something that will be foreshadowed later on in the series. Probably the closest thing we could have had to that scenario was the Noct and Lucifugus situation, but that's something I will get more in depth with once we talk about Noct's Devil Union explained video. Now, the first step to the Devil Binding Ritual is that one must have some sort of connection that's linked to the underworld. In Noct's case, he has his 4 relics, and in Asta's case, he has his devil arm and also his grimoire. Whatever relic or connection you have with your devil, this is the way they will be able to summon. Once your devil is summoned, this is how everything else comes into play so you can fully tame and submit your devil. Now, once you defeat your devil in combat, these forbidden chains command to pin down your devil for the last step of the ritual process, and this is where you make a contract with your devil to hold total dominance and they become the servant and you use their power at will. Your devil has no right to say no and they have to obey all the rules that you set for the contract. Once the terms of the contract is now set in stone, the Devil Binding Ritual is now completed. However, in Asta's case, he did this a little different. He made a 50-50 contract with his devil where no one is better than the other, no one is a servant of the other. Now, once the Devil Binding Ritual is completed, now your devil is freely in the real world. You can summon him anytime. However, the only way to draw out your devil's full power is that you and your devil must unite, and this is where we come into Devil Union mode. Not to explain that since Asta made an equal contract with his devil and the ritual, it's going to be harder for him to draw out 100% of his power. Where in Noct's case, it is much easier for him, given the fact as well that he has been experiencing Devil Binding Rituals for the longest time. But it didn't take long for Asta and Liba to finally figure out how to fully unite and to create this Devil Union mode. Now, what's so cool about Asta's Devil Union mode is that whatever anti-magic sword he is holding, there is a slight change to the form as well. Whichever arm Asta is holding his Demon Slayer sword, there are no spikes on that arm. However, when he's holding his Demon Destroyer sword, you clearly see the spikes on that arm that is holding the Destroyer. This is a consistent thing that Tabata has been emphasizing on, and also in Devil Union, once he uses the Demon Destroyer's ability, the design of the sword changes dramatically as well. And we will talk about that ability later in the video. Also, when he's holding his Demon Dweller's sword, there's a mini cape that forms around him as well. The design of his Demon Dweller's sword also changes. However, the huge change we see in this form is when he's holding a Demon Slasher Katana, where he has this Ronin samurai look, which I think by far is his best design in this form. Now let's finally discuss each sword capabilities while he's using this form. Now, in the manga, we saw the ancient demon gather up a huge gigantic magic ball, which was sort of implied that it was going to destroy the entirety of the Clover Kingdom. Asta came in charging his Demon Slayer and transformed into his Devil Union form, and it was enough anti-magic power that completely erased the entirety of the magic spell that this ancient demon was going to use to destroy the entirety of the Clover Kingdom. So Asta just transforming into his Devil Union mode is enough power to completely void an attack that was going to destroy an entire country or the entire kingdom itself. But this wasn't the only feat that Asta has done that was on this level to degree. Now, despite Asta's limitation in this Devil Union form, he can only last for 5 minutes. He was able to defeat an ancient demon without even the need of using any other sword. He used his Demon Slayer sword, which was increased by using Black Divider. Without much of a struggle, he was able to defeat the ancient demon within those 5 minutes. The reason why this feat is so impressive because we saw the Magic Knights there like Kaiser with his ultimate defense and Nebra, Solid, Kirsch Vermilion, Damnatio, even 23-year-old Julius when he aged himself with his time magic wasn't enough to hold off this ancient demon. But with Asta's hacks alone, he had enough power to completely slap the ancient demon where everyone was just struggling. So 17-year-old Asta might slap 23-year-old Julius, just saying. His Demon Slayer sword is so massively powerful in this form that he was able to completely one-shot Nama, which was a supreme devil, a devil of the highest order. Another impressive feat we saw in Asta's Devil Union form when he's holding a Demon Slayer is when Lilith completely fused with Nama's magic power and became this fusion supreme devil, and Noct alluded to the fact that the power was so massive that it just wasn't a +1, meaning that fused Lilith is more than just a 2x multiplier. This is just a massively stronger devil altogether. With this power up, fused Lilith was able to create a freezing sun, which she states herself that even if Asta becomes unharmed, everyone else here will die, meaning that everyone in that entire country would have died from this freezing sun. But in Asta's Devil Union form, he's able to increase the size and also not just the length of the sword, but also the width to send back this freezing sun, which should be no surprise because we already saw how Asta, when he transformed his Devil Union form, he was able to negate an entire blast from the ancient demon that was going to destroy the Clover Kingdom. So for him to do another feat like this in this form, it just to show you how powerful that form is with the Demon Slayer. And of course, just with one strike, he was able to destroy fused Lilith. Now, when Asta is in his Devil Union form, we see these floating orbs around him. We thought they were just for show, but apparently they're not. The Demon Destroyer's sword has the ability to erase the effects of magic in the entire area. However, once we see his Devil Union form, all those orbs that are around him, they fuse into his Demon Destroyer. They change the entire design the way the weapon is, and we see how it allows him to erase the magic within that area and off of the person, but to a larger scale. Now, this ability also has a range to it because Asta couldn't do it against the freezing sun. So it lets you know that Asta is very limited with this crazy broken ability. So it seems as though Asta needs to be close in order for this spell to properly activate. Or if it's large scale magic like the freezing sun, he cannot erase it. Now, with his Demon Dweller's sword in this form, it isn't really much going on. This is just him using Black Slash to a larger degree. I would say the impressive thing about it is that it was able to cut through the freezing sun to make a path for Asta. However, this is one of those swords that Asta truly has not mastered yet. It honestly has the potential to be Asta's most dangerous sword, and that's probably the reason why Tabata has not made Asta fully master this sword yet. So we got to be a little patient with that. However, Asta's most lethal sword right now is his Demon Slasher Katana. And given the current time of the making of this video, we only saw one ability that he performed so far with the katana, and it was pretty much a beat for beat, just like how Yama used his Dimension Slash. But in Asta's case, this was his own version of it. He used Demon Slasher Katana, Infinite Slash Equinox. Now, there's another impressive feat to Asta's Demon Slasher Katana, but it happened off screen. But while he was training with Noct performed Mana Zone, which completely had the entire room covered in his Mana Zone, and he was in Devil Union form. And Asta swung his katana in Devil Union, and he intentionally missed Noct, but it was enough power to completely remove Mana Zone and his Devil Union form altogether. So yeah, so far this is Asta's most dangerous sword currently at the moment. And also the cool detail about this katana is that the Demon Slasher Katana has the ability to choose what it wants to cut. It will not cut what it wants to protect. So yeah, this sword being lethal is an understatement. Now, of course, the glaring weakness in Asta's Devil Union form is the 5 minutes, because in those 5 minutes, this guy is probably the strongest. But Asta's speed still lacks in this form. He could even touch Nama unless he used the Demon Destroyer, which absorbed and erased the magic. And he couldn't catch Fused Lilith, which is why Noct had to hold Fused Lilith down for Asta to strike. So there's a lot of room for him to grow. And also Noct applied this as well when he told Asta that he hasn't fully mastered his Devil Union form yet. Because we know throughout this series, this 5 minutes thing won't last forever, because in those 5 minutes, when they're up, he cannot use his black form at all, so he has to wait 30 minutes to transform again. And we already know the characters around Asta within the story, the devils, the villains, they're going to get stronger as the story continues, and Asta will get stronger as well. And we know that he's not just going to be limited with those 5 minutes, because say within those 5 minutes he doesn't defeat the villain he's fighting. then he's going to lose, right? So it's going to push him to get stronger, and we know that's going to happen within the story. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys want to see more explained videos from me, explain to me why you haven't subscribed yet with notification bells on to see more Black Clover content from me right to YouTube feed. Check out my other anime and manga content videos if you haven't. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves. Stay blessed. And I'm out.